Sahara Desert stretches endlessly, a vast ocean of sand and an ancient realm where time itself seems to stand still. Covering nearly 9.2 million square kilometers, it is the largest hot desert in the world, a colossal expanse that dwarfs entire continents. Its name Sahara is derived from the Arabic word ar meaning desert, yet this land is far more than just barren emptiness. It is a place of extremes of scorching days and freezing nights, of relentless winds and sudden violent storms. It is a land that has witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations, where life clings stubbornly to existence, adapting in ways both miraculous and brutal. To stand in the Sahara is to feel the weight of its silence, a silence so profound it hums in the ears. The dunes rise like waves frozen mid-motion, some towering hundreds of meters into the sky, their golden surfaces sculpted by the ceaseless caress of the wind. The ergs, or great seas of sand, shift and change over centuries, swallowing entire landscapes and then revealing them again, as if the desert itself breathes. But is not just sand. Rocky plateaus known as hamadas stretch for miles, their surfaces cracked and baked by the sun. Gravel plains called regs extend like vast lifeless parking lots, where the stones have been polished smooth by millennia of wind and sand. Climate here is merciless. Daytime temperatures can soar beyond 50 degrees Celsius (122 degrees Fahrenheit), while at night the heat dissipates rapidly, plunging the desert into near-freezing cold. Rain is a rare and fleeting visitor. Some regions may go years, even decades, without a single drop. And yet, when the rains do come, they arrive with a fury, transforming the desert into a fleeting paradise of greenery and pools of water that vanish almost as quickly as they appear. But the Sahara was not always this way. Beneath its sands lie the echoes of a greener past. Thousands of years ago, this was a land of lakes and rivers where giraffes, elephants, and hippopotamuses roamed. Cave paintings in places like the Tassili Eniger Plateau in Algeria depict a time when the Sahara was alive with forests and grasslands, a thriving ecosystem that supported human communities. The shifting of Earth's climate, driven by natural cycles, gradually turned this fertile land into the desert we know today. Yet even now, hidden oases, lush islands of palm trees and fresh water dot the landscape, sustaining life where none should rightfully exist. The people of the Sahara are as resilient as the land itself. The Tuareg, often called the Blue Men for their indigo-dyed robes, have traversed these sands for centuries, their caravans carrying salt, gold, and spices across impossible distances. The Berbers, with their ancient languages and traditions, have adapted to the harshness of the desert, while the Bedouin navigate the dunes with an intimate knowledge passed down through generations. These nomadic tribes live in harmony with the desert, moving with its rhythms, finding water where others see only desolation. But the Sahara is not just a place of tradition, it is also a land of mystery and danger. The ruins of lost cities, like the fabled Timbuktu, whisper of empires that once flourished here. The remains of ancient trade routes where caravans once carried wealth beyond imagination now lie buried beneath the sands. And then there are the legends of vast treasures, hidden in the dunes of mirages that drive men mad, of spirits said to wander the empty wastes. The desert is also a place of scientific wonder. Astronomers come here for its clear, unpolluted skies, while geologists study its rocks for clues to Earth's distant past. Biologists marvel at the creatures that survive here: the fennec fox with its enormous ears, the deathstalker scorpion with its venomous sting, the camels that can go days without water. Even the sand itself is a marvel, each grain a tiny piece of history shaped by wind and time. Yet, for all its beauty, the Sahara is also a place of hardship. Droughts and expanding desertification threaten the livelihoods of those who live on its edges. Political conflicts and smuggling routes crisscross its expanse, making some regions perilous to traverse. Climate change looms large over the desert, with predictions of even greater aridity in the years to come. To understand the Sahara is to understand the very essence of survival, the delicate balance between life and the forces that seek to extinguish it. It is a land that demands respect, for those who underestimate it rarely return. And so, as we begin this journey across the world's greatest desert, we step into a realm of wonder, danger, and timeless mystery, a place where the earth itself tells its oldest stories. As the first light of dawn breaks over the Sahara, the desert awakens in a symphony of color. The horizon blushes with hues of pink and gold, the dunes casting long shadows that stretch like fingers across the sand. This is a fleeting moment of coolness before the sun asserts its dominance, climbing higher into a sky so vast and blue it seems infinite. The air, still crisp from the night's chill, carries the faintest scent of dust and dry earth, a smell that is uniquely, unmistakably the Sahara. The morning reveals a world that is anything but lifeless. Tiny tracks crisscross the sand, evidence of the creatures that thrive under the cover of darkness. The sidewinder adder, a master of survival, leaves its distinctive J-shaped imprints as it slithers across the dunes, its body moving in a series of sideways loops to avoid sinking into the scorching sand. The fennec fox, its oversized ears radiating excess heat, has already retreated to its burrow after a night of hunting insects and small rodents. Even the beetles here have evolved ingenious strategies. The fog-basking beetle tilts its body to collect condensation from the rare morning mist, drinking droplets that trickle down its shell. The plant life of the Sahara is no less remarkable. The desert's flora is a testament to endurance, with species that have adapted to the harshest conditions on Earth. The date palm, a symbol of life in the desert, clusters around oases, its roots delving deep into hidden aquifers. The tamarisk tree, with its feathery leaves, thrives in saline soils, excreting excess salt through tiny glands. Then there is the resurrection plant, a seemingly dead bundle of dry leaves that can spring back to life within hours of rainfall, uncurling into vibrant green, as if defying death itself. But the true ruler of the Sahara's mornings is the wind. The harmattan, a dry and dusty trade wind, sweeps down from the northeast, carrying fine particles of sand from as far away as the Sahel. It can transform the sky into a hazy orange veil, reducing visibility to mere meters. Yet this same wind is also a sculptor, shaping the dunes into ever-changing forms: crescent-shaped Barkhan star dunes with multiple arms and long parallel seif dunes that stretch for kilometers. The desert is never static. It is a living, shifting entity, its sands constantly rearranged by the whims of the air. By mid-morning, the heat becomes oppressive. The temperature climbs rapidly and the sand underfoot grows unbearably hot. Even the nomads who have spent generations mastering the rhythms of the desert seek shelter during these hours. The Tuareg, wrapped in their indigo tagelmust veils, take refuge in the shade of rocky outcrops or in tents woven from goat hair. Their survival depends on an intimate knowledge of the land, where to find water, how to navigate by the stars, and which plants can be used for medicine. Water, or rather the lack of it, defines existence in the Sahara. The desert's oases are miracles of nature, fed by underground rivers or ancient aquifers that store rainwater from millennia ago. Places like the Siwa oasis in Egypt or the Dra Valley in Morocco are lush sanctuaries where date palms sway and freshwater springs bubble up from the depths. These oases have been centers of trade and civilization for centuries, their waters sustaining not just human life, but entire ecosystems of birds, insects, and even fish that have adapted to the isolated pools. Yet the Sahara's water is vanishing. Overuse and climate change are draining the aquifers faster than they can replenish. Ancient wells that once quenched the thirst of caravans now run dry, forcing communities to abandon their homes. The Foghra is an ingenious system of underground irrigation tunnels used for centuries in places like Algeria are collapsing as modern pumps extract water at unsustainable rates. The desert, already expanding due to desertification, creeps further into the Sahel, each year swallowing villages and farmland. As noon approaches, the heat becomes a palpable force. The air shimmers with mirages, illusory lakes that taunt thirsty travelers, a phenomenon known as Fata Morgana. These optical illusions are caused by the bending of light through layers of hot and cool air, creating deceptive visions of water where none exists. For centuries, they have lured the unprepared to their doom, a cruel trick of the desert. But even in this furnace of a landscape, life persists. The Addax antelope, a critically endangered species, survives by extracting moisture from the plants it eats, rarely needing to drink. The Saharan silver ant, one of the most heat-tolerant creatures on Earth, ventures out only during the hottest minutes of the day, scavenging the corpses of less fortunate insects that succumb to the sun. And beneath the sand, a hidden world of microbes thrives in the tiny pockets of moisture, a reminder that life in some form can endure even the most extreme conditions. The afternoon brings the Ghibli a fierce hot wind that races across the desert, hurling sand with enough force to strip paint from metal. Sandstorms can rise in minutes, engulfing everything in a swirling, suffocating cloud. These storms can last for days, burying roads, erasing landmarks, and making travel impossible. For the nomads, they are both a danger and a necessity. The same winds that threaten their lives also carry nutrients that fertilize distant soils, sustaining the fragile edges of the desert. As the sun begins its descent, the Sahara transforms once more. The light softens, casting long, dramatic shadows across the dunes. The heat relents and a quiet settles over the land. This is the time when the desert's inhabitants stir again, the jerboas emerge from their burrows, the owls take flight, and the nomadic herders lead their goats to graze on the sparse vegetation. The Sahara does not give its secrets easily. It is a land that demands patience, resilience, and respect. To survive here, one must listen to the wind, to the sand, to the ancient knowledge passed down through generations. And as night falls, the desert reveals its final wonder. A sky so crowded with stars that it seems to drip with light, a celestial spectacle undimmed by city lights. The Milky Way stretches like a river of diamonds, and the silence is so profound that one can almost hear the universe breathing. Beneath the shifting sands of the Sahara lies a hidden world of stone, a silent testament to a time when this desert was not a desert at all. The rocks tell stories of epochs long past, of ancient rivers and sprawling savannas, of creatures long extinct and civilizations erased by time. To walk across the Sahara's rocky plateaus is to tread upon the bones of the earth itself, where every boulder and cliff face holds a fragment of planetary memory. The geology of the Sahara is as varied as it is ancient. In the Tasselai Enajur of southeastern Algeria, towering sandstone formations rise like the ruins of a forgotten city, their surfaces etched by wind and water into surreal shapes, arches, pillars, and caverns that seem almost sculpted by human hands. These rocks, some dating back over 500 million years, were once part of a vast river system that carved its way through a lush green landscape. Today, they stand as monuments to the Sahara's dramatic transformation, their layers revealing the ebb and flow of prehistoric climates. Further east in the Libyan desert, the black basalt plains of the Haraj volcanic field stretch endlessly, a stark reminder of the Sahara's fiery past. Here, over 150 extinct volcanoes dot the landscape, their cones rising abruptly from the desert floor. The last eruptions occurred thousands of years ago, but the land still bears the scars, fields of jagged lava rock, glassy obsidian shards, and deep fissures where magma once surged to the surface. In places like Vav and Nemus, a volcanic crater surrounded by an oasis, the contrast between fire and water is striking, a reminder that even in this arid land, opposing forces coexist. But perhaps the most enigmatic geological wonder of the Sahara is the Eye of the Rikhat structure in Mauritania. Visible from space, this massive circular formation spans nearly 50 kilometers in diameter, its concentric rings resembling a giant bullseye. Once thought to be the result of a meteorite impact, it is now believed to be a deeply eroded dome, its layers of rock exposed like the pages of a book. To the nomadic tribes who traverse this region, it is a sacred landmark, a place of mystery and legend. Some even speculate it could be the lost city of Atlantis, though science offers a more mundane yet no less fascinating explanation. The Sahara's rocks are not merely relics of the past. They are also keepers of life. In the highlands of the Tibesti Mountains in Chad, volcanic peaks rise over 3,400 meters, their summits often shrouded in mist. These mountains create their own microclimates, capturing enough moisture to sustain rare stands of acacia trees and even small herds of Barbary sheep. The caves and grottos of the Enedi Plateau, sculpted by millennia of wind and rain, serve as natural reservoirs, trapping precious rainwater and providing refuge for wildlife. Yet the desert's geology is also a force of destruction. The Reg's vast plains of gravel and pebbles are the remnants of mountains ground down by time. The wind, carrying abrasive sand, acts like a relentless sandblaster, polishing rocks into smooth, surreal shapes, mushrooms, stones, whalebacks, and yardongs that resemble the hulls of overturned ships. In places like the White Desert of Egypt, the chalk formations have been carved into otherworldly sculptures, their surfaces glowing like bone under the moonlight. The Sahara's mineral wealth has shaped human history for millennia. The desert's veins of gold, copper, and salt have lured empires and traders since antiquity. The pharaonic Egyptians sourced gold from the eastern deserts to gild their temples and tombs. The Romans, desperate for salt to preserve their food, established vast mining operations in the Sahara, their slaves toiling under the merciless sun. Even today, the desert yields treasures: uranium in Niger, phosphates in Western Sahara, and rare earth minerals critical for modern technology. But extracting these riches comes at a cost. The mines, often operating with little regulation, scar the land and poison the groundwater. The nomadic tribes who once controlled the trade routes now find themselves displaced by industrial operations. The very stones that have witnessed millions of years of history are now being crushed and hauled away, their secrets lost to the demands of the modern world.